Here's something that might surprise you. The wealthiest people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest. In fact, research shows that after a certain point, IQ barely matters for financial success. So if intelligence isn't the secret ingredient, what is? A groundbreaking study from the University of Pennsylvania just revealed the single trait that predicts wealth better than IQ, education level, or even family connections. And here's the fascinating part. It's something you can actually develop starting today. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what researchers discovered, why your brain is wired to resist this trait, and how understanding the science can completely change your relationship with success. So what's this mysterious trait? It's conscientiousness, specifically the ability to delay gratification. Picture this. You're scrolling through your phone and you see something you want to buy. That split-second pause between "I want this" and clicking "Buy now"? That's where millionaires are made. The Penn study tracked 2,500 people for over 20 years. They measured everything: IQ scores, personality traits, family wealth, education. But one factor stood out like a neon sign. People who scored high in conscientiousness earned 3.5 times more by age 40 than those with low scores. But here's what makes this fascinating from a neuroscience perspective. Your brain literally has two competing systems fighting over every financial decision you make. There's your limbic system, the ancient part that screams, "I want it now," and your prefrontal cortex, the newer evolution that whispers, "But what about tomorrow?" The wealthy? They've trained their prefrontal cortex to win more often. It's like they've turned their brain's volume knob, cranking down impulse and turning up patience. Think of it this way. Your brain is like having a toddler and a chess master sharing the driver's seat of your life. Guess which one usually grabs the wheel first? The marshmallow connection. You've probably heard of the famous marshmallow experiment. Kids who waited for 2 marshmallows instead of eating one immediately. Well, researchers followed those kids for 40 years, and the results are almost eerie. The waiters didn't just have better grades or careers. They had lower debt, higher credit scores, and, this is the kicker, they were 3 times more likely to have investment accounts by age 30. But here's what most people miss about this study. It wasn't really about willpower. Brain scans revealed something unexpected. The successful kids didn't have stronger willpower. They had better mental tricks. They literally imagined the marshmallow was a cloud or a pillow or anything except food. In other words, they hacked their own perception. And that's exactly what wealthy adults do with money. They don't see that $5 coffee as just a coffee. They see it as $50 in 10 years if invested. Their brain has been rewired to see money through the lens of time. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, "I'll start saving next month for the 5th month in a row," hit that like button. I'm curious how universal this really is. Here's where the science gets really interesting. A 2023 MIT study found that wealthy individuals don't actually make more financial decisions. They make fewer, way fewer. They discovered that people with over $1 million in assets make 70% fewer daily money decisions than those living paycheck to paycheck. How? Automation and systems. Your brain has a limited amount of decision-making energy. Researchers call it decision fatigue. Every choice depletes this resource. Should I buy lunch or pack it? Should I get the premium gas? Should I invest or save? The wealthy figured out something crucial. They remove the decision entirely. They automate savings, investments, bill payments, everything possible. It's like they've turned their financial life into a default script. Their brain runs automatically. Think about it. If you had to consciously decide to breathe 20,000 times a day, you'd never get anything done. The wealthy apply this same principle to money. They've made good financial habits as automatic as breathing. Your brain isn't lazy. It's just trying to protect you from change. But sometimes, protection becomes a prison. This next finding might sting a little. A Harvard Business School study found that your income is likely within 20% of the average of your 5 closest friends. Not because they give you money, but because of something called financial mirroring. Your brain subconsciously adopts the money patterns of people around you. If your friends think a $200 dinner is normal, Your brain recalibrates. If they think investing is something rich people do, your brain agrees. But here's the plot twist. You can hack this system without changing friends. The researchers found that people who consumed financial content, read wealth-building books, or joined investment communities started mirroring those behaviors instead. It's like your brain has a financial thermostat set to match your environment. Change the environment, even virtually, and you change the setting. Here's my question for you. Do you think your friend group influences your money habits? Or are you the exception? Drop a comment. I genuinely want to know if this resonates. Okay, this last insight changes everything. Stanford researchers discovered that wealthy individuals don't just understand compound interest, they physically feel it differently. Brain scans showed that when shown investment growth charts, wealthy subjects had increased activity in their reward centers, the same areas that light up when you eat chocolate. Average earners? Their stress centers activated instead. The wealthy have literally trained their brains to get dopamine hits from watching numbers grow slowly. They've turned patience into pleasure. That's why they can wait. They're not suffering through delayed gratification. They're getting micro rewards from the delay itself. It's like they've rewired their brain's motivation currency. Instead of spending dopamine on immediate purchases, they're investing it in future satisfaction. Here's the truth that ties everything together. Wealth isn't about having more money. It's about needing less dopamine from spending it. The trait that predicts wealth isn't intelligence or talent. It's the ability to find satisfaction in the waiting, not just the winning. So next time you feel that impulse to buy something, remember that pause isn't weakness. It's your prefrontal cortex trying to make you wealthy. The question is, will you let it? Every financial decision is really your brain choosing between two timelines. The one where you get pleasure now, or the one where you get freedom later. What do you think? Does this study describe your relationship with money? And more importantly, which part of your brain is winning the battle? Drop a comment below. I'd love to know if this science actually matches your experience. Because at the end of the day, understanding your brain might be the best investment you ever make.